Have you ever thought about why many people seem to have a hard time living healthy after they reach the age of 80? Hitting 80 years old is truly an amazing achievement. However, maintaining good health past that milestone requires more than just luck. It demands awareness. There are 4 crucial, yet often unnoticed factors that can affect our bodies as we grow older. Many people don't even discuss these factors until it's too late. You might not recognize how much they can impact your energy, memory, and overall well-being until you face serious consequences. Hey everyone, welcome back to Bloom and Nourish. In today's video, we're going to explore these 4 hidden reasons that make it tough for many individuals to thrive past 80 years old. These aren't just surface-level ideas. These points are founded on extensive medical studies and real-life experiences. Once you learn about these factors, you'll realize that it's not about trying to avoid aging forever. It's about safeguarding your strength, preserving your independence, and ensuring your peace of mind for as long as possible. Stay with us until the very end, because our last point is likely to surprise you, and it may be the most significant of all. Let's get into it. Reason 1. Silent inflammation that accelerates aging. The first hidden reason we must address is silent inflammation, which can quicken the aging process. One of the biggest threats to health after turning 80 doesn't come from the outside world. Instead, it quietly begins within our bodies. This condition is often referred to by doctors as inflammaging. It represents a low-level inflammation that gradually harms our cells and organs without displaying noticeable signs at first. Over time, this ongoing inflammation can weaken our bodies from the inside out. Now, this kind of inflammation is different from what you might see when you have a bruise or a sprain. It's internal and builds up over years due to factors like stress, unhealthy diets full of processed foods, poor sleep habits, inactivity, and even exposure to harmful substances in our environment. Initially, you might not feel pain or discomfort, but inflammation can impact nearly every part of our health, affecting our hearts, brains, joints, and even how well our immune systems function. Let me share the story of George, who is 82. He never smoked, rarely drank alcohol, and made it a point to walk every day. Still, he often felt tired, stiff, and mentally foggy, despite normal results from his blood tests. It wasn't until he consulted a specialist that they discovered elevated inflammatory markers in his body. Not a severe disease, but years of low-key inflammation simmering beneath the surface. As we age, our bodies become less able to manage inflammation. This means that what you could brush off in your 50s or 60s, like eating processed snacks frequently, sitting for extended periods, or getting inadequate sleep, can turn into bigger issues after you reach 80. Chronic inflammation can increase the chances of dementia, heart disease, and frailty, and the most alarming part is that many individuals aren't even aware it's happening. The great news is that combating inflammation doesn't always require complicated solutions. Simple lifestyle changes can go a long way. Eating more whole foods, walking regularly, staying hydrated. These small actions can collectively help reduce inflammation over time. Although these changes don't provide instant results, every step you take contributes to your overall health, allowing your body a better chance to remain strong well into your later years. Reason 2. Muscle loss that leads to weakness and falls. Now, let's discuss our second reason. Muscle loss, which leads to increased feelings of weakness, loss of mobility, and ultimately, a higher risk of falling. After reaching 60 years old, the body naturally begins to lose muscle mass each year, and this decline accelerates significantly after the age of 80. This gradual weakening of muscles is known as sarcopenia. At first, many people don't notice this muscle loss because it occurs slowly. It begins with small tasks becoming more challenging. You might find it harder to open jars, get up from a chair, or climb stairs. However, muscle isn't just about building strength. It also plays a critical role in protecting our balance, supporting our joints, and helping to stabilize blood sugar and metabolism levels. When we lose muscle, our chances of falling and breaking bones increase dramatically. This, in turn, can lead to losing even more strength. Take Frank, for example. At 84, he remained lively, positive, and lived independently. One day, he tripped over a rug and broke his hip. Until that incident, he hadn't realized how much strength he had lost over the years. Recovering from that fall was tough, and the one-time independent person found himself needing a walker, leading to a gradual reduction in his active lifestyle. What makes muscle loss particularly dangerous after 80 is how rapidly one incident can spiral into a larger problem. A single fall can lead to weeks of bed rest, which then leads to more weakening. The good news is that muscle loss is not an inevitable fate. It can be slowed significantly and even reversed in many instances. Regular walking, using light weights or resistance bands a few times a week, ensuring adequate protein consumption, and gentle stretching to maintain flexibility can all contribute to muscle preservation. Remember, it's not about transforming into a bodybuilder. It's about maintaining enough strength and mobility to enjoy your life fully. Whether it's gardening, shopping, or simply getting out of bed safely each morning, strong muscles serve as your body's silent guardians, particularly after 80. They can help you not only live longer but live better, a very crucial point to keep in mind. Reason 3. Poor sleep that weakens the body and mind. Our third hidden reason is poor sleep, which can weaken both the body and the mind over time. It's important to note that as we age, our sleep patterns often change, and not always for the better. Many older adults wake up frequently during the night, have trouble falling asleep, or struggle to enter deep restorative sleep. After reaching 80, the consequences of inadequate sleep become even more apparent, affecting both physical health and cognitive function. At first, you might notice subtle changes, like feeling more tired during the day, forgetting small things more often, or getting irritated more easily. However, there are deeper issues at play. You see, during sleep, our bodies and minds heal. It's when our brains clear out waste and our immune systems recharge. If sleep is disrupted or shallow due to various issues, these vital healing processes become hindered. Let's consider Alice, who is 86. She didn't think much of waking up 3 or 4 times a night. In her mind, it was simply a part of aging. Still, over time, she found her memory slipping, and she had less energy. She would catch colds more easily. Her doctor explained that sleep isn't simply for rest, but is essential for maintaining her cognitive function and immune strength. Once Alice made an effort to improve her sleep habits, she gradually regained her mental clarity and vitality. Many believe they just have to accept poor sleep as an inevitable part of growing older. However, that's not entirely accurate. There are straightforward ways to promote better sleep. This includes establishing a consistent bedtime, reducing caffeine and alcohol intake, ensuring you receive natural sunlight in the morning, and creating a cool, dark, quiet sleeping environment. Even gentle movement during the day can help enhance the quality of your sleep at night. After turning 80, good sleep is as critical as maintaining a healthy diet or staying active. It influences how clearly you think, how stable your balance is, and how strong your immune system remains. It's not merely about sleeping for a long duration, but improving sleep quality. Prioritizing good sleep is one of the most intelligent choices you can make to support your health and well-being. Reason 4. Loneliness and the loss of daily purpose. Now, let's address our fourth important point: loneliness and the lack of a daily sense of purpose. This is a significant but often overlooked issue that affects many individuals over 80. Loneliness is not a virus or a physical ailment. Rather, it can deeply impact our emotional and physical health. Research has shown that social isolation and a lack of meaningful daily activities can shorten life expectancy, sometimes even more than chronic illnesses. As we age, our social circles tend to shrink. Friends may pass away, children may move far away, and physical limitations can make it increasingly challenging to participate in social activities. Unwittingly, many seniors find themselves spending more time alone, not just physically but also emotionally. Consider the case of Bill, who is 88. His wife passed away 5 years ago, and his adult children now reside in different states. While he maintains a tidy home, prepares his meals, and enjoys watching television, he often spends entire days without talking to anyone. What he misses most is not the hustle and bustle of social life, but rather feeling needed. The sense that someone is awaiting his presence and that he matters. Human beings are inherently social creatures. After 80, when social roles like retirement or caregiving diminish, many individuals feel a loss of identity along with their connections. The uplifting sense of purpose can fade away, making it challenging to find motivation to rise each day. This isolation can also take a toll on immune health, mental well-being, and motivation to remain active. However, purpose doesn't have to be monumental. Simple actions like watering plants, writing letters to family members, making phone calls, feeding birds, or even assisting a neighbor can create a sense of routine, fulfillment, and joy. Taking the initiative to connect, perhaps in small or awkward ways, can often bring positivity for both parties involved. While it's perfectly fine to find peace in solitude, experiencing deep loneliness can have severe effects. So, for those over 80 or for anyone who knows someone at that age, consider this vital question. What currently brings joy and purpose to your life? And how can you ensure that you protect and nurture that sense of purpose? If you've stayed with us this long, we encourage you to take a moment to reflect, not from a place of fear, but rather with clarity and understanding. Aging beyond 80 is a gift, but the truth is, many people don't reach this age in good health, not because they didn't care, but because they were unaware of the silent factors working against them. Inflammation, muscle loss, poor sleep, and emotional isolation can creep in gradually. By the time they become fully recognized, the damage may already be significant. However, knowledge is power. The goal of this video is to inform, to empower you by sharing small but steady changes that can make a difference. The choices you make today, whether this week, this month, or even this year, can significantly impact how you move, think, and feel as you traverse your 80s and beyond. So we'd love to hear from you. What resonated the most? Was it the idea that inflammation can silently affect your health? Or perhaps the realization of how crucial maintaining strength is? Maybe it was the understanding that good sleep is not an option, but a necessity, or that emotional connections matter just as much as any medication. Whatever you learned today, don't let it simply remain as information. Let it serve as a catalyst for positive change, a promise to engage with your body, mind, and sense of purpose. Aging doesn't have to be synonymous with decline. It can be focused and intentional. It's about choosing what matters most and actively working to protect those things. Thank you for joining us today. We value your input, so please drop a comment below, sharing one takeaway from today's discussion and how you plan to apply it in your life. Your thoughts inspire us, and reading your comments encourages us to continue creating meaningful content. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Your support is vital in helping us provide valuable information to others. Thank you for watching, and we eagerly look forward to seeing you in our next video.